So what is it? That's all that it takes. Blood, sweat, tears, and a bank. Play your cards, anything but safe. Trying to get out of your own way. That's the basics of being great. I'm a blame bug, no mistake. I ain't got a way to entertain. Make sure that it hits just like a gang. That's the basics of being great. My mom was pregnant with me while she was a vocalist. So she's playing all of these like old school show tune kind of thing. And it's probably the osmosis of how close I was to the piano while she was playing. You know, I'm like literally a belly button away from the piano every night. So I think that was why I kind of just had a knack for music. I don't know, that could be a big load of horse shit too. Like, I'm not entirely sure. All right. 253. Oh, what's up, Jay?
I started thinking like, okay, well, how many artists make a living off of music? And it's not very many. It's not very many. But then on the other side of that, there's like over 250 million artists. So there has to be something more to music.
So just like that.
Okay. Before you say anything, I know. My hair is black as So I went to the hairdresser. I came out the chair with this. He did say it's gonna fade and it's not gonna look as black and like blend in well with your natural hair color. But right now, I look like an anime character.
There's a time where I was just like having these crazy, I don't want to say an anxiety attack, but just extreme moments of being anxious. One of the things that really made it pop off when the moments would occur was performing. It was like when I was getting in front of people and I'd have to sing something. First off, my brain is like, you're about to open your face and omit noise out of your mouth in key, and you're like not feeling it so much, right? And you have to play and you have to shred and you're like in your head about, oh, am I playing right? Am I sounding good? Am I doing my thing? And you don't even necessarily, it's not that I didn't want to be there. Something was just really not enjoying playing music like that. And I couldn't not work. So I have to go to work.
I remember one time I had not really recorded yet. Like, I knew I wanted to do music, but I hadn't really recorded yet. I maybe wrote some rhymes down and thought I was a rapper. And so I just met Afion Crockett, and he invited me out to go see Talib Kweli and Immortal Technique. We're backstage, and he comes out and he starts greeting everybody, talking to everybody. We're all chatting. You know, he's like rolling up, and everybody's in, you know, this backstage is just rapper. It's my first time seeing any of this too, by the way. And then he goes, "Hey, back here, who all here raps?" I raised my hand. And so he's like, "Okay, cool, what's your name?" I was like, "Jared." Boom. He starts going to each person. Who out here raps? Getting their names. Boom, 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 boom. Writing it down on the paper. He goes in to perform. He's performing. He starts performing Get 'Em High. So he's rapping his verse. He's going. And right when his verse was about to end, he goes, "All right, now I'm about to bring out to you guys Jared Brady," and hands me the mic. When I tell you my heart was beating so fast and loud, that's all I could hear. Anxiety hit me from head to toe. I open my mouth and I start rapping. I don't know if I said anything. everything went blank. Everything went slow motion. I couldn't even hear anything. And I handed the mic back to Talib Kweli. I just remember still just being in shock, like what just happened? Like I had a white t-shirt on. I promise you I sweated through that whole thing from one verse. And we get back in the car and we're on the way back home. And Afion goes, so you fumbled that one.
I met Jared Brady through my friend James K and Sean Ross. Shout out to Long Haul. And they had this song and it was like 95% done, I think. And they play the song and it's the song Enjoy Your Life. And I was like, this is wild. They just needed a couple extra chords and nothing crazy on it, but the song was phenomenal. It still is such a bop.
I'm gonna tell you a little story that nobody really knows. Thank you, Drake. You are the reason for that song. He DM'd Shan. We had done like a KY ad that he saw, and he took a picture of the still frame of the video and like zoomed in really close to my face and was like, if I was your dude, I would hate doing these things or something like that. And I went to the studio that night and that's when I recorded Enjoy Your Life. Cause I was just like, like why you worry about me? Enjoy your life, dog. Like, it just you do your thing, I'ma do my thing. Enjoy your life, bruh. And so that's where Enjoy Your Life came from. You know. Thanks, Drake. I'm in a space where I've been recording a lot more into my SM7B. Like,
what do you mean? Do I only record into an SM7? I'm literally walking around my living room like this, like, and I'm like, nah. And then I'm like sitting there and I'm doing it. It's like it's the only microphone you can get that experience out of.
Yeah.
Everything else
you have to be.
You hear. Well, it's like you hear everything on all the good microphones. I've walked around this house sometimes with the song section on repeat, and it's just blasting away. And I'm waiting for my brain to naturally come up with the thing it's supposed to say. Now, granted, sometimes it doesn't happen in that moment either. You'll be in your car and then you're and you're like, oh dude, that's the, oh man. And it's like literally comes out of, but it comes out of like absolute nowhere. And you have to pull over and you get your phone out and you're on your voice memo. Right?
So that's where I'm at, man. Let's make an SM7B record.
Yes, bro. Let's do some little, I don't know, some like little guitar loops, cute, like a quick little round, but something beautiful, melodic.
My dog, Torin Martinez. He is the most creative person I know. Like, this dude is a f***ing maniac. In the best way. In the best way, though. He's a f***ing crazy person.
Yeah, you're crazy, bro. You're the only person that plays guitar that pisses me off.
Yeah, but I can teach you it, bro. It's not rocket science. I swear to God.
I've been playing a little bit.
We grew up in San Francisco, California. Big for culture, music, a melting pot. And my dad always had, a lot of 60s rock and roll on, Creedence. But he was also big into like Santana. We ended up moving down to a place called Half Moon Bay. And in Half Moon Bay, there were a couple kids that went back to San Francisco for a magnet arts high school called SOTA, School of the Arts. And Carlos Santana's son, Sal, went to that school and became friends with a kid from Half Moon Bay. Like, they would come to Half Moon Bay High School, him and my other friend, Adam Cooper Smith, who's a phenomenal jazz musician. He plays all the instruments, really gnarly for drumming. And they would come to my soccer practice, and they'd be on the hill, be like, "Come on, ditch practice, like let's go." And Renee's family owned, they owned this Italian spot, so we would go get like pizza and maybe, you know, steal a couple beers and stuff like that, and then we'd go practice. But we were playing just so much stuff. We were really diving into like some acid jazz. And the one that I can remember, because I feel like when you're looking back on stuff as an adult, sometimes you see stuff as like a movie. You see it in third person. It's not like through my eyes. And that's the ones where I can really remember being in the garage, and I was kind of young, so the guys would go take like a smoke break or whatever, and then I'd stay around and like play drums and practice and stuff.
So I used to produce way back in the day. I used to sample records and produce and make my own tracks. Like back in the SoundCloud days, like I was heavy into it. I felt like at the time I did it out of rebellion because I couldn't really find any producers that made music that like inspired me to rap or inspired me to make songs. So I had to make my own.
Fuck around and get a Bugatti, pass it around. Let my younger minions attack and tear your town. Lately I've had enough, and I don't have enough. I'll put my girl in this music all up inside the truck and say, fuck it, I'm driving my ass to Maine. A lobster fisherman, it's the whole demand.
When I go back and listen to my SoundCloud records, like they just had an essence that none of my new music has ever been able to replicate. Even though they weren't recorded the greatest, even though they were kind of raw, even though like my penmanship wasn't the greatest or whatever the case may be, it was just like some of the most realist music that I made or most authentic music that I made. And so anytime that I get with Torin, I feel like he forces me to not look at myself as just an artist and add to the beat.
Hey.
Yeah, something like, yeah, a little.
This could be pop, you know?
Yeah.
Realistically, if I had the bag right now, I wouldn't be doing anything else in a day. I'd literally be getting up and I'd be writing a song from the moment the coffee is in the cup. I'd just sit down. Right now, it's like I'm having to also work again. And obviously no one's been like, well, cool. Well, while you're trying to become that star as a vocalist, why don't you learn a couple Stevie Wonder songs, a couple Michael Jackson songs, a couple other popular tunes, and why don't you go join a wedding band? And why don't you like do vocals for an entertainment band or something like that and do events? At a certain point, you're driving to Palm Springs and you're gonna do this wedding and you really just don't wanna go play a wedding right now. You don't wanna play popular music that you've played 1,000 times anymore.
And if you ask, you shall receive. Can I get an amen? His love will wrap around you right now, and I'm gonna pass around the offering plate real quick.
I think being in Neverland is the dream. That's like my Tinkerbell, you know, is for like, I feel like being here in LA, I've seen a life that you cannot believe people are living unless you've seen it. And really, unless you've seen it. And then if you have the capacity, could you ask yourself, like, do I want that? And you're like, yeah, I really do want that. I really do, yeah. I think just doing sessions at a certain, when you start doing sessions at a certain level, I think you start to realize, you're like, oh, some things going on here that aren't necessarily so much musically related. Maybe that's the most closest I would say to betraying the art, is maybe just making things that are very much soundscapes that exist in common society so that you can make money and, you know, have a jingle for AT&T or whatever. I don't know.
And you used to go kind of ham. You'd be like yelling on them.
I have this term, and it's called fishing. I feel like what happens a lot of time is like when I'm fishing, I know that this is not the cadence, or this is not the tone, or this is not what I'm really, you know, gonna land on. And in order for me to get that big fish, I have to go through all the little ones. I have to catch that little guy, pull it in, listen to it. All right, no, that's not it. Throw my rod back right out there and keep fishing.
It's probably 'cause I kept it on the touch like 1, 2, 3 to the 4. Like Paris and it says Smitty, as you know, like 1, 2.
You guys telling me,
What are you crazy kids
you telling me to stop?
doing? What are you doing? They're so smiley. You guys are hard to be mad at.
My daughters had to shut the session down. It was getting too wild. They were antsy. They kept coming down. They kept messing with equipment, knocking things down. So I ended up just calling it and said, Torin, I'm gonna send you the record. I'm gonna finish this later when I put them to sleep, and I'll send you the record.
All right.
I have a folder on my phone of videos that I think you should probably watch as an adult. Should I just hold this above the mic right here?
I thought everybody cares about me. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares. It's only a small percentage of population. Nobody gives a damn. And even if they do, what? You make a mistake, you zig when you should have zagged, you get clipped. So what? Everybody make mistake. The effect that I have on the universe is so freaking small. Nobody cares. I'm the only one putting the pressure on me. Nobody gives a damn about it. I thought everybody cares.
Man, bro, I watched that. I've watched that so many times. You zigged when you should have zagged. Like, oh, fucking shit happens. Life is also hard. My stepdad said that to me.
I bet we can find it. No, we can find it. It's.
Okay, answer me this before you leave.
Just enjoy your life right now. Why you worry about me? Enjoy your life right now. As long as you can breathe, enjoy your life.
If you're doing something that you love doing, that's your passion, that you know some days are gonna be harder than others, because it's still work at the end of the day, but if that's the way that you pay for and monetize your life, that's real success.